Hi, we're the Laugh Your Mother Piano Duo. I'm Linda.
And I'm Carissa.
We're gonna have a fun conversation and answer some questions about our career and our life. I started learning piano when I was in Shanghai at the age of 7.
这什么旗帜？这是什么曲子？多瑙河。
And I started learning because I saw someone play a piano recital and I really wanted to wear pretty dresses, and that's why I got into it.
I kind of had no choice in the best way. My parents are both pianists and they were my first piano teachers. And yeah, I was just put right into it as soon as I could wiggle my fingers. So around 3 or 4, I'm not exactly sure, started music/piano lessons, and here we are some few decades later. I don't remember a time.
Where you couldn't play piano.
Yeah, we met each other in 2015, right, in July at a competition
In Vancouver.
where we are filming from at the moment. Yeah, we kind of talked a little bit at the competition. We were both finalists and award winners, and we realized that we'd be going to the Glen Gould School together. We talked a bit for a while over email. Come September, we were in a piano duo class along with all the other undergrads, and we just happened to be paired together. Started to play, realized,
The rest was history.
yeah.
Yeah, and also we were really fortunate to have Jim Enegnason, who has been part of the Enegnason Kinton duo for more than 40 years. So, and they're one of the best piano duos that we know. And we've just been really fortunate to have Jim as our mentor throughout those 4 years, and that really helped push us along. How do you think we grew as or changed as a duo over the past 8 years that we've been together?
Well, we've definitely changed a lot. As a duo, as people, like knowing that we met years ago, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Our undergrad experience, we certainly set the foundation for us as a duo.
Yeah.
Like, we became closer as friends.
We just worked with Jim a lot.
Worked with Jim a lot.
We won the concerto competition, so we got the chance to play the Poulenc concerto with the school orchestra. And then I think we changed a lot in terms of like how we rehearse also. We used to just enjoy spending a lot of time together, but maybe not the most efficient use of our time, and we would get distracted a lot.
Yeah. You can see evidence of that if
On
you
our Instagram
stalk
feed.
our Instagram.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun, but it was
I think
It
it
was
was
all
fine.
fun.
It was necessary. Like,
to get to where we are now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we've had a lot of experience making that process a lot more efficient from when we graduated, living in different places, and then still kind of setting goals together in terms of competitions, recordings, where we'd have a limited amount of time to throw everything together, not just throw it together, make it good. And I
I think we also came to understand each other a lot better. Like, you know, Carissa's tendencies and my tendency and our differences. Oh, I'm a more like, and not energetic. You're also energetic, but like
dynamic.
Like I really drive
rhythmic.
forward and like, you know, kind of Prokofiev, Bartok, like this kind of rhythmic driven kind of player. And Carissa's much more lyrical and like a really beautiful cantabile player. Yeah. I remember the first time I heard her was playing the Ravel concerto, and that was the second movement was beautiful.
And the first time I heard her was the Chopin Third Sonata, the whole thing, and yeah, I remember she like blazed through the fourth movement. And it was so awesome. She had this big ending, and my heart was actually pounding.
Adrenaline rush always when I play.
Yeah, well, for me too. It's good. It's not just you.
Yeah, but I feel like nowadays we are like kind of becoming more balanced musicians, like individually.
More well-rounded.
Yeah, yeah. So then we're less like leaning toward our tendencies just as a default, like to how we approach everything. There's more varied approach to how we are facing new music.
Yeah, and as a duo, I think we've really figured out, well, we're still figuring out, continuing to figure out, like any relationship, how do you communicate well with the other person. In particular, in piano duo, going from piano solo,
Yeah.
where you have all the keys to yourself, you have all the space,
all the control.
you have all the voices even. You're used to doing melody, harmony, accompaniment.
And you get to call
all
make
the
all the-
shots, ultimately.
Yeah.
And then going to more of a democratic setting, shall we say.
And sometimes it's not that democratic because, you know, it's you always have the bass and I have the melody and then everything else kind of have to follow, right? In some ways. So
Yeah,
yes. So
having to
agree on
the
that.
process of agreeing on everything. That's a process.
Yeah, I think every time we get back together to rehearse, it's always a little bit of a learning curve to get to that mind space also.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the most fun we've had as a duo on stage? What was your most memorable performance?
In Kerner Hall, after we played the Poulenc double piano concerto with the RCO, Royal Conservatory Orchestra, and that was awesome. Like, we played the 2-piano version and then getting to see how it sounds with a full orchestra was amazing. And we were called back on stage for an encore, and we played an arrangement of Piazzolla's Libertango, my mom's arrangement, and it was just super electrifying, I think.
If you do say so yourself.
I mean, electrifying as in we had so many people captive. Like they're not in the hall, I mean.
Yeah.
And part of it was we got the performance went well, so kind of the initial nerves, they weren't there, and we were just on stage and
Having fun.
having fun.
Yeah. I think for me, maybe in Germany when we performed. Of course, that was super stressful. So we went to do this international competition, the biggest international competition in the piano duo world. And it was right after, just as things were slowly opening up post-COVID. And this was one of our first, I think when we played live in the competition, was probably the first time we've played for an audience for both of us in a long time. And I remember, of course, there was so much nerves because we really wanted to do well and we've prepared really hard, but also just enjoying finally playing for a live audience again in the really nice stage also. And then having been well prepared, that we feel like somewhat comfortable.
Yeah,
Despite nerves.
Yeah.
What do you like about playing duet for hands?
I like sitting close to you.
Yeah, I mean that's part of it.
Yeah, like when you're
The
this
closeness.
close.
I think this
yeah.
is as close as you get for like chamber music between two classical musicians.
Unless you're like two singers doing a love duet. And there's our feet are involved, our arms are involved.
There's a lot of
course, our
choreography.
fingers, yeah.
Yeah.
We're so close, we can hear each other breathe. We
Yeah.
can tell when we're stressed.
Yeah.
You just get all these finer cues and details that you might not otherwise pick up on when you're sitting
A little further
a
away.
little further away.
What do you like to do outside of music?
I like to eat.
Me too. I guess that's why we get along well outside of music also.
Yeah, I think that's how we bonded. I mean, we
bond.
bonded a number of ways, but
Yeah.
eat.
I love to travel. For me, I like to travel, so I'm really looking forward to this tour. I mean, that was a very natural leeway, but I actually am really looking forward to like seeing all the different parts of the country.
Yeah, getting to know new places
And new
people.
food.
New food.
What are we doing now? We are currently in intense rehearsal and daily rehearsal in preparation for the tour. So we're currently in Vancouver in my house, or in my parents' house. And Carsa's staying with me as per usual to do some rehearsing because she usually is in Montreal and we just have a lot more space and ease of access to instruments here. Why should people come watch our concert, Carissa?
Well, I think it's a great program. I think you're really gonna enjoy it. We have some, we have a bit of everything actually. Like from the classic sort of
Beethoven
staples of four-hand repertoire that have existed for hundreds of years and are still played because they're awesome. We have those, and then we have some more new, really exciting music coming out of
North American composers.
North
A lot of
American.
Canadians
Yeah.
and an American composer.
Mm-hmm.
But it should be great fun. I think it'll be a really dynamic program. And also, there's a newly commissioned work we commissioned especially for this tour from Kelly Murray Murphy, and she wrote us a really fun, dynamic piece.
It's very us, I think.
Yeah. So we're really looking forward to premiering that and getting to bring that all throughout the country.
Just getting to see all these different places, play in these different spaces, to talk and share and exchange all this wonderful music that we have planned.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to see how we grow as a duo also throughout this journey. Being able to play for this very different, diverse cultures across Canada, because it's a huge country and we really haven't seen much of it, the two of us, I think. And to see how the program will grow and kind of develop in different spaces. So yeah. What about the Atlantic in particular? What are you kind of excited about? We've been there. Yeah.
We had a tiny, I don't know if you could call it a tour. We had a few concerts in the Atlantic. And that's, at least for me, that's the last time I was out there.
Yeah, me too. We had a lot of fun there though.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
We're super excited to come back to the Atlantic.
Eat all your delicious food.
Lobster!